Again, I got a bone to pick with y'all. So we talked about Jack Harlow's first week sales. And I was like, I think he's for sure going above 150K. Or maybe I said around 150K, whatever. What are the projections, people? What are the projections? What are they selling? They're selling chocolate. They're selling chocolate because Jack Harlow, before the album even dropped, you're telling me it's fake numbers, bro? No. Before the album dropped, because of how well First Class was doing, which is growing on me a little bit. I still think it's a mid song though. But the album is forecasted to debut at number 1 above Bad Ballsack, Bad Bunny, with 160 to 180K, which is above 150K, which is exactly what I told y'all asses. And honestly, I think it's gonna do more. Actually, I think it's gonna do the higher end, because this album, the bitches are fucking with it, bro. If they could ride this album to death, they would do it reverse cowgirl. I'm telling you. And I'm not gonna lie to you, I fuck with the album too. It kind of hurts me to say, because everyone on Twitter is like shitting on this album, and I'm trying to figure out like what happened. Like, Jack Harlow was one of the most loved rappers by like everybody, no matter the race or ethnicity. Everybody loved Jack Harlow until he started stealing all the bitches. But nah, I think it's actually because he got so big and he turned like mainstream, quote unquote. So now he's got, you know, quote again, a cringe TikTok fan base of like a bunch of chicks. So it's like, you know, dudes on Twitter don't want to associate with no bitches, okay? Even though the album is solid, I'm telling you, it's actually a good album. People are lame. They just want to be different. And now that a bunch of Twitter influencers have said that the album is mid or trash, now everybody's like, damn, like it's like supporting, I don't know, like I can't even think of an example right now, but like, it's, you know, you're gonna get slaughtered if you support this album on Twitter. It didn't suck though, bro. I don't think it's gonna beat Future's album. And by the way, Future selling 227K. Where is this shit? Future selling 227K. This is a fucking huge W. Now, I told y'all before, it had 2 Drake features on it, so like it's kind of unfair in a way, because of course, like, what did Drake sell on his album? 600K. So if you got 2 Drake features, like, of course it's gonna do crazy numbers. What are the top 2 songs on the top 2 songs on Future's album? And this is no hate, y'all already know, like, I'm just speaking facts here. Look at the streaming numbers. Top 2 most streamed albums on here, or songs on here. 10.8 million. What else? 18.5 million on Future's album. And like, I don't know. Personally, I didn't think it was Future's best album, but still, numbers wise, still a GOAT. I still fuck with Future. There were a few joints on there. Drake went crazy on both of them. I actually think those are the best songs. And maybe that's like mainstream of me to say that, but I don't care. Again, everybody just tries to be different. But regardless, back to Jack Harlow. Ridiculous. I don't understand why everybody just switched up on him. Again, I just think it's because of the cringe fan base. When do I consider an artist mainstream? It's not necessarily like a quantity type thing with me, like numbers wise. Although I believe people say like 500K IG followers, or I don't know, like 1 million monthly listeners, maybe like 3-4 million monthly listeners. I don't know. But I think of it more as a qualitative data set. Or white TikTok chicks, at least in the hip hop community, in the hip hop genre, are white TikTok chicks listening to the song. And I'm not trying to bring race into it, but you know, hip hop is a predominantly black genre. So once you go to like the far end of the spectrum, that's when something's mainstream, you know what I mean? If mainstream listeners like the artist, they are mainstream now. Exactly. And I think like, say, one of the people is my girlfriend. I'm like, okay, if she's listening to Jack Harlow, he's definitely mainstream. And she is. And she loves Jack Harlow. Personally, I fuck with Jack Harlow too. Not to that same extent though. I ain't shaking my ass to all that. But he does go crazy. I feel like he's low-key the white Drake. And I'm not talking about numbers wise again, because Drake, like I even talked to Bella about this, my girl. I was like, I don't think, she thinks that he is the next Drake because of the way he sounds and just like numbers wise and how all the bitches love him, just like Drake. I think that he makes music for them, but the way he sounds, it's almost like 90s, 2000s. He uses similar beats to Drake with like the samples with the chick in the background singing like R&B. Pause with that fucking hand gesture. What else? Like more slow rapping. I don't know, man. Just appealing to women more than most rappers. And again, that's the reason that people are hating on it. Because I feel like hip hop is a predominantly male genre too. So whenever like chicks listen to it, you can't fuck with it. But I mean, when I start hearing, and we've talked about this, when I start hearing chick rappers saying like, eats my pussy and all this, I'm like, I cannot relate to that. I won't even let a girl touch my asshole, lick my asshole. I don't give a shit how much people say like prostate asphyxiation or some shit. I'm like, that is gay. And like, look, you can do that shit. Personally, I don't fuck with that. Plus, you know, I ain't trying to shave my asshole every time that we get nasty. Oh, some people saying he replaced G-Eazy. And I think time will tell. Because G-Eazy for a moment in time actually like was top of the game. I don't think Jack Harlow relates to Eminem whatsoever. He's just not on that same lyrical, spiritual. I drank a beeracle and I don't know. He's not on that level. But G-Eazy kind of had like a little bit of swag, but then it turned corny and then he fell off. But I think Jack Harlow's here to stay. Jack Harlow just sold out your college though. Well, he's like a frat rapper too. He just hits a bunch of different pockets and like that's why he's big. That's why he's mainstream. He appeals to so many different people. But again, that's why Twitter doesn't fuck with him. Because Twitter fucks with like, I don't know. They were gassing the Future album. They were gassing, they're gassing Kendrick already. And like, believe me, I think the Kendrick Lamar album is gonna be great. I think the Future album was solid. It was alright. It wasn't anything crazy though. People are saying he's an industry plant. That is so false. I remember in 2017, I listened to a music video that already popped off called Batman. Nah, man. If you're gonna call someone an industry plant from this same label, it was Uzi, bro. He didn't have any traction. Sure, he was on Philly radio or whatever, but it's nothing close to like where like Love Is Rage was. But Batman like was actually going viral by Jack Harlow. He was already doing shows and shit. But Uzi was the industry plant that DJ Drama scooped up. But by the way, DJ Drama is like the best A&R label owner, if you ask me. Him and Bibby are just beasts. Like they know who to pick. They're like, this dude, they're the ones, bro. And Jack Harlow and Uzi definitely, like, whether you like him or not, doing this type of numbers and Drake wanting to get on a feature, like you can't knock at that. Jack Harlow promo team works overtime. I don't even think it's the promo team, bro. Like, he posts a snippet on TikTok and all the bitches already going. Doing the Fergie sample was genius. I think people are like organically listening to Jack Harlow. Now there's no doubt that there's like actual, you know, paid placements by the bigger pages like academics and whatever. But he just makes good music. Thank you, BHM Zone. Thank you. Thank you. And that's that.